So just kind of walk us through what this project looks like, how long it's going to take, and what it's going to look like today for customers.
Sure. So the 11,000 meters that we're replacing are going to be scattered throughout the city. The process that we're going through to notify residents is they're going to be getting a mailer in the mail to let them know that their water meter is being replaced. And then that's going to be a long-term notification. And then a short-term notification is going to be a door hanger placed on their door of the residents 1 to 2 weeks before the water meter is actually replaced.
So how do you determine which ones are being replaced or not?
So the meters that are being replaced are having issues either communicating the reading to our billing software, or the reading is malfunctioning in some way.
And all of the replacements are going to be electronic, not manually read, correct?
Yes, so the meters that we're replacing with, they have AMI and AMR technology, and so they're going to be read via drive-by or AMI technology.
And I know that some people have voiced concerns about the fact that they might think people reading meters is going to be more accurate and technology is not as reliable, but I don't think that's the case. Can you explain why?
Yeah, so the Neptune T10 meter is a tried and true meter. It's been well vetted from multiple municipalities throughout the state. We have reached out to people like Waco and Frisco, and they have highly recommended the reliability of the meter and the infrastructure that is going to be reading it as well.
And how long should these meters last?
15 to 20 years is the lifespan that we're anticipating.
So is that the same amount of time maybe you've been waiting to actually do this project? I mean, how long has this kind of been in the thought process?
So this project has been on our radar for a few years. You're naturally going to have some turnover in cycle life of any kind of infrastructure, but especially meters, right, that have water moving through them every day. So this has definitely been on our radar for a few years now. We have been replacing meters on an annual basis, and due to an increase of ARPA funds, we're able to do a large portion of meters in a short amount of time.
So I know that ARPA funding only covers part of the 11,000, and the other part of that is built into the proposed budget that has not yet been approved. But why did TW go to the city and ask for more funding in the budget to cover more meters?
Meters are important to us, and what they do is an important service to the community, and so that's why we're looking through the budget to address 11,000 meters.
What benefits can customers expect with these new meters?
So benefits from the new meters is going to be we're eliminating the manual reads with the drive-by system and the AMI system. They're going to have accurate bills. They're going to be billed accurately for the amount of water that they use in a given month, and they're going to be getting a new meter that's going to be good for 15 to 20 years.
And I know there's going to be an expected increase on those water bills. What do you want customers to know about that?
Well, I think that the most important thing is that the water bill could increase. It could also decrease. It could stay the same. It really depends on the consumption that specific customer has.
And also, what would you say about the water rate increasing this year and how that will affect water bills?
That's a billing office finance question. Sorry.
Yeah.
What steps are being taken to address some customers' concerns, or if they have questions?
If customers have questions or concerns, I believe that they can reach out to the billing office. I think that that information is posted on our website if they have any questions or concerns about specific addresses.
And how long should customers expect to see a disruption in their property while these meters are being replaced?
So while the meter's being replaced, the crews are going to take around 30 to 60 minutes to replace the meter. So it's going to be a pretty short disruption for each individual meter. So through the meter replacement process, when a crew shows up to the house and if they notice that water is currently being used, they're not going to replace that meter. They're going to move to the next one on the list and come back to that one later that day, maybe later that week, at a time when water's not being used, so that we're not disrupting any processes or activities inside the house or the residents that might be going on.
With that, are residents being asked to stop using water for a certain time period on that door hanger? Are they given like a time frame where?
Residents should just proceed as normal. We're going to be doing this during normal business hours, so the majority of houses are probably going to be vacant. But if we do see water being used, we're not going to replace that meter and stop water flow.
And what's the timeline for the 11,000 replacements?
So the original 8,000 is estimated to take 12 months. And we just started last week on August 19th. So we're hoping to get the additional 3,000 within that allotted time, but there's additional material acquisition. I mean, it's 3,000 more meters, so it's possible to take a few months longer.
And what we put out there was December 2025 is the goal. So
Okay.
I want to reiterate that.
Sure. So for the full 11,000 meters, the goal is to be complete by December 2025.
As far as the installation process and going to different houses, do y'all have a map or areas that y'all are starting in, or what does that look like?
Yeah, so Core and Main has put together, we've provided a list for them of all these meters, and what they have done is they've created a map for them and their contractor to use to identify areas where they need to hang door hangers, and then follow up with the actual work process. So what we've done is we're starting on the northeast and north portions of town, and we're working counterclockwise from there.
And how many crews are working on the replacement?
So it's one crew right now, but it's a pretty large crew. There's 6 to 8 people on that crew working at a given time, and they are systematically picking a street and replacing everything on that street before they move to the next one.